in the reality of the measurable realm of matter. Monism trusts in the unified existence of the spiritual and material realm as one gigantic entity. Theism trusts the reality of both the spiritual realm and the material realm, but maintains an understanding of real unity and real distinction between the two. In this book, we will study these four main options in conjunction with the ways they answer several of life's essential questions. We will also see how these four options point to the fullness of Christ in a life-giving, Christ-centered worldview. Doing this will give us clarity about and awareness of our own views and those of others. And we will begin to see how our objects of trust have shaped our personal choices. This knowledge will empower us to make intelligent and informed decisions about the multitude of religions and isms available to each human, and to engage in honest, honoring dialogue with those whose views are different from our own. And we will also see how the truth found in all worldviews points us to the truth found in Christ. As Augustine says, let every good and true Christian understand that wherever truth may be found, it belongs to his master. As you hear this book, study these ideas, and examine your own choices with new understanding, my hope is that your personal story will be shaped and changed. This book has the potential to impact your life in a significant way that may then change the rest of your story. Before I give a brief overview of this book, I need to make my position very clear. It is essential for all people to have freedom and dignity to choose their personal beliefs, and I want this book to create a safe and healthy forum for exploration and authentic self-discovery. I have no desire to create a weak, insufficient, or biased description of another worldview in order to sway your opinion or manipulate your decisions. Rather, I want you to have a greater sense of self-awareness and ownership, not only for what you choose to believe, but also for why you believe what you believe in the context of so many options. However, it is also important to note that particularly the last part of this book is an overt, unashamed invitation to my readers to learn more about Jesus Christ as the fullness of reality. In my years of teaching philosophy to students at a Christian high school, I have shared the four main worldviews again and again, and I have each time come back to a quote by G.K. Chesterton. In his book Orthodoxy, he writes, "They have torn the soul of Christ into silly strips." As I teach my students that each worldview is but a portion of the truth, though we trust in the worldview we hold to as if it were the whole, I am convinced that the fullness of truth and reality are found only in the undivided person of Christ. The story I choose to believe as the true story holds Christ's birth, incarnational life, sacrificial death, powerful resurrection, and bold commissioning as its centerpiece. This center provides the main plot for the entire story of human existence, an unfolding drama we are all in. I believe all great stories point toward this greatest story and invite us to awakened and intentional participation in it. Therefore, the last part of this book speaks to those who want to learn more of what it means to see Christ as the center of history, or who are interested in what authentic Christ followers believe. I understand this does not describe all listeners. If you are not interested in trusting Christ at this moment on your journey, I hope this book enables you to see why other people do choose to trust Him. Either way, this book should clarify your understanding of the major worldviews available to humans and also offer a fresh perspective of the grace and truth found in the person of Jesus. I grew up striving to be worthy of the Apostle Peter's call to always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. 1 Peter 3, verse 15. I worked hard to be prepared to defend my trust in Jesus. Unfortunately, I was not actually living out the call as Peter originally wrote it. I was working in order to gain others' approval, which I was convinced would elevate my value as a human being. I worked from a desire to be recognized and loved. I cared more about my public image than about the impact I had on the people around me. I learned painfully late in my journey that 1 Peter 3:15 actually says, "Always be prepared to give an answer for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect." The Apostle Paul compels us to do everything with love, or our efforts will amount